going on, YouTube? And still, WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Oh man, like every time I see that, I must have watched this fight at least 4 or 5 times. Oh, I want to say at least three. A solid 3 times. Because the first time I saw it, man, I was just getting off work and whatnot. And, you know what? I was in and out, like trying to stay awake and watching it. And you know what? You know, not hating on Sean Porter, but man, I think it was like the first or second round they put it on Sean Porter. And he was making some kind of comment, man. I just like blacked out, man. And you know what I'm saying? How I had blacked out. And I woke up, man. It was like the sixth or the seventh round. I was like, man, I gotta watch this fight later, man. Let me get some rest. But no, I had woke up and I like tried to, I finished watching the fight, but man, I was just like really trying to stay focused on what I was seeing, right? So I really couldn't make a comment on it. And before you know, by the time I woke up, man, it was like 1 o'clock, man. So anyway, enough about my sleeping pattern and stuff like that, cause but anyway, yeah, man. I was listening to all the videos, man. Great videos from yeah. Shouts out to Mr. Boxing Today too. Yeah, Mr. Boxing Today too. So yeah, check him out, man. Mr. Boxing Today. Go ahead and check out his channel. And then I think he should be. Yeah, I'm gonna feature him on my page, man. I'm gonna feature on my page. He's got some good videos. I'm gonna make another video. Shout out to not only to him, but a couple of guys. To some of the subscribers and stuff like that. Say thank you and stuff like that, man. But yeah. So anyway. Boxing Beats and Rhymes, Dante's Boxing Nation, the Boxing Voice, The Wire, he hasn't said anything yet, Wingy, EJ, all the other guys in the YTBC, the guys I listen to anyway. Yeah, a lot of mixed reviews, man, a lot of mixed reviews. I didn't think too much of this fight. Yeah, when I first watched it, and then I'm watching it again and again. I'm even watching it right now as I'm making this, this video and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what? It was, man. It was a lot of factors in this why it probably wasn't aesthetically pleasing. But yet it was exciting because, for one, there's a lot of movement, man. Ness from the Boxing Voice, he had mentioned, he's like, man, I think he broke out the stats. I think it was him. He broke out the stats. He was like, he was surprised how many punches were thrown and how many punches was landing. He's like, man, I could have sworn they threw more punches, and I could have sworn more punches were landed. And as I'm seeing this, fight, a few times over and over again, there's a lot of movement. There's more movement and a lot of feigning and stuff like that versus a lot of like hand move as far as these guys throwing punches and stuff like that. These guys are like going back and forth, jockeying for a position, and Artur Szpilka did a great job as far as like movement and stuff like that. That's why I liked him, because he was even before the Brian Jennings fight. I saw him when he fought against Mike Molo. I'm like, man, this dude's pretty athletic and stuff like that, and I like that, man. He's a athletic fighter. I like athletic fighters and stuff like that. Usually with the European guys, you don't see too many guys who are athletic. That's why it was I think it's Marquise Brady's, the dude from Latvia, if I'm saying the name right. Yeah, man, he was very athletic, man, when he fought and knocked out Manuel Char. He's fighting at heavyweight and cruiserweight, so I guess he went back down to cruiserweight. But anyway, look out for him. He's pretty athletic himself. But yeah, man, I like athletic boxers, man. I just like the style and the movement. And Deontay Wilder, he said it himself that Artur Szpilka is very he's slick, man. He's a slick fighter and cagey fighter. That's why I didn't that's why I was kind of like up on the fence about this. Like I knew, I like for sure I knew Szpilka can be knocked out, but I wasn't sure about Deontay. You know what I'm saying? Like Deontay Wilder has been touched. I mean, Molina touched him in the amateurs. Hell, you had a guy that was smaller than Szpilka kind of touched up Deontay Wilder. The guy had him in trouble and stuff like that. So I know everybody says like he could take a punch, but he hasn't taken no like flush punch where it was like like bam, like he should have been knocked out and he got back up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have got you know what I'm saying? Like a good punch. Like he's been like grazed and he's just like rolling with these punches or he's like leaning back and stuff like that. So the case in point with this fight, Deontay was touched a little bit. Um, he was blocking some of these punches, a lot of them with his arms and stuff like that. Like, look, he doesn't have the greatest defense, but Muhammad Ali didn't have the greatest defense. Look, man, later in his career, Ali was using his chin with his defense. He was using that rope-a-dope stuff, and I mean, he won some fights doing that and stuff like that. Bought him some time, but uh, yeah. A lot of guys were able to get off, but Deontay Wilder, he's not Muhammad Ali. He's young right now, and just like Roy Jones, uh, maybe like Roy Jones, we don't know yet. Maybe it'll catch up with him, maybe it won't. But as of right now, hey, it leaves us on the edge of our seat. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. Not that I'm hoping for it, but it's only a matter of time. I think I should just enjoy it. For me, speaking for myself, I'm gonna enjoy the fight. Whoever he's fighting, I'm just gonna this is part of the equation as far as like if anybody wants to do be right about their predictions and stuff like that. He's flawed with his defense, but all I know is that this guy lets his hands go, and he's got that jab. Now the thing is, I'm not sure if Deontay was fighting to the level of his opponent or whatnot, because in the Bermain Stavern fight, he was really pumping out that jab. But then again, that's a different fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's a different fighter. He wasn't even fighting a southpaw. So yeah, man, styles make fights, man. It's cliche, but that's what it is. Styles make fights. You never know what you're gonna get. And he said, man, he said himself, man, it's been 3 years since I fought a southpaw. But another point I want to make, something I noticed, man. I don't know if Deontay Wilder has a tail or not, but I noticed that he makes a posture as if he's patting his gloves and stuff like that. Like he's patting his gloves. So I'm not sure if that's an indication of he's thinking about what he's going to do next. If you guys notice it through the fight, it always looks like he's readjusting his gloves, man. He's readjusting his gloves. So I don't know, man. If y'all notice that, let me know, because that might be a tell. That might be tell, like if he's trying to like calm himself, or he's thinking about doing something just before he makes a move, because it looked like he did it just before he knocked out Artur Szpilka, like he was trying to set up something. So that might be an indication that he's really thinking about what he's going to do next. I'm thinking that's what it is, because just before he knocked out Artur Szpilka, I could have sworn I saw him make that same hand gesture again just before he backed up and let Artur Szpilka come towards him. He did it a lot throughout the fight. And so I don't know if anybody had noticed that before. Just didn't say anything about Deontay. Patting his gloves. It looks like a lot of times he uses his left glove and puts it on top of his right hand, and like he's readjusting his gloves. But actually, that could be like a certain, athletes have certain habits that they have to to calm themselves. They might have a tell, and that might be a tell just before they throw a series of punches. Like Manny Pacquiao, or just any any sort of athlete or something like that. But usually they have a tell that they have that might be used, you know, the calm their nerves, or that they might use just before they take action. So yeah, so yeah, if you guys got a comment or opinion on that, let me know. But man, every time I seen this knockout, man, it was just great, man. It was a great setup. You had a lot of people saying that, oh man, it was a lucky punch. But man, if you look at that replay, luck was not involved in that one. You know what I'm saying? Luck was not involved. But yeah, this is something I saw, man. Like somebody was gonna get knocked out because like Richard Dwyer had mentioned, both of these guys, they athletic, man. They athletic, man. They both got a good punch, and both of them leave themselves open for punches, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was only a matter of time before somebody got caught with something, and Deontay Wilder really started gauging that jab, and that jab was really starting to be effective. I want to say around like the seventh, in my opinion. It really started to be effective around the seventh, and it was really cool, man. On a recap, on a Showtime recap. Another thing about that, man, Showtime, man, Showtime. Right after I got off work, man, had that fight posted on YouTube. All 2 hours, man. Charles Martin and Deontay Wilder. So YouTube, the streaming thing. I don't know if they're gonna be doing like subscriptions anymore, but they had it on YouTube before they even replayed it on on television. Showtime had this thing, you know what I'm saying? It's so many it's so many nuances in this fight, man. I could see why guys like burned on for like 30 minutes into an hour to just talking about this fight alone. But yeah, man, on the recap, Mark Breland and the other head coach and Deontay's corner was like, man, just set up that jab, man. You touching him with that jab. Just use that jab before you throw that right hand, and just sit down on a punch and stuff like that. And that's exactly what Deontay did, man. He touched him, and then with that right hand, he set him up. He touched him two times with the left just before he threw that right to set him up. So, but anyway, when Deontay went back to his corner, not Mark Breland, the other guy, the other coach, he said, "See that right hand? It was about this long." Saying how he shortened up his right hand. So you see, that's what you got to do. You got to shorten up that right, and you got to go ahead and land it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna end it there, man. It is what it is. Deontay Wilder, he let his hands go. He landed some good uppercuts. Yeah, he got caught with a couple of good, left hands and stuff like that. But this is boxing, man. Hey, it was a great fight to me. It was a great fight. Artur Szpilka, he did his thing. Yeah, I can go on and on, man. It was so much content, and man, pre-fight, post-fight. Great weekend for boxing, man. But I'm gonna end it there, man. Just check out some of these other guys. Mr. Boxing Today, Dante's Box Nation, Wingy. You have a bunch of other people out there in the YouTube boxing community. Go ahead and check them out. And thanks for listening. I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.